Hello, this is Margaret Mack, and for the next half hour, I'll be reading from the December 4th issue of the Buffalo Rocket on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. And the front page article is about holiday events. The annual downtown Christmas tree lighting celebration at Rotary Rink at Fountain Plaza. The event marked the official opening of the Rotary Rink free ice skating season in the heart of downtown Buffalo. Presented by Community Bank. The event began at 5 p.m. with free ice skating on December 6th and the lighting of the official tree and fireworks display over Fountain Plaza. We look forward to continuing the tradition of free ice skating in the heart of downtown Buffalo and to partnering with Community Bank this season, said Michael Schmantz, Executive Director of the Buffalo Place Incorporated. In partnership with the City of Buffalo, Buffalo Place has proudly managed the operation of this outdoor ice skating rink for 27 years. The revitalized Fountain Plaza public space provides residents and visitors with a festive and welcoming winter destination to enjoy all season long. Buffalo has always been an important part of our growth story, said Myra Wolse, CFO of Community Financial Systems Incorporated, the corporate company of Community Bank. We're honored to support the annual downtown Christmas tree lighting and to celebrate the people and tradition that make this city so special. With our 200 employees in the area and 5 local branches, 3 of which open this year, and the opening of our regional headquarters as well, our investment in Buffalo continues to reflect our belief and partnership in its bright future. Immediately following the fireworks and tree lighting, the fun continued with visits with Santa, holiday gifts, face painting, train rides for children, and ice skating. Ice skating is free and ice skate rentals is available. $2 for children and $3 for adults. Guests are encouraged to bring their own ice skates to avoid waiting in the ice skate rental line. Santa will visit with children, or did visit with children, from 6 to 8 p.m., and all activities were free and open to the public. Buffalo Place thanks Community Bank for their presenting scholarships to the downtown Buffalo tree lighting celebration and the 2025 free ice skating season at Rotary Rink at Fountain Plaza. Buffalo Place also thanks our official media sponsor and partner, the Buffalo News, for their support of the event. Complete details of the downtown Christmas tree lighting celebration is available online at www.buffaloplace.com. Holiday happenings at the Buffalo and Erie County Botanical Gardens. The Buffalo and Erie County Botanical Gardens has filled their calendar with magical holiday experiences that will create unforgettable memories and bring holiday joy to all, whether it's a family activity or a date night. The seasonal plants and lights are a perfect way to make the most of this holiday season in the warmth of the conservatory. The poinsettia exhibit returns as a holiday favorite that has become an annual tradition for many in the Buffalo area. This year, the poinsettia collection features hundreds of bold, bright colors in deep reds and whites, as well as unique, bright yellows, deep pinks, and more to complement the traditional varieties. Step into the warm embrace of the tropical conservatory, filled to the brim with pretty poinsettias of all sizes and colors. The exhibit is on display daily through January 4th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Special holiday hours are posted for Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve. The poinsettia exhibit is included with regular admission. Make the most of your visit to the poinsettia exhibit during their gift shopping experience. Cozy Crafters Artisan Market. The holidays are just around the corner, and there's no better place to start holiday shopping than at the market. Step into the enchanting wonderland filled with dozens of local artisan vendors, surrounded by twinkling lights and hundreds of vibrant poinsettias. Visitors will also have the opportunity to experience the poinsettia exhibit at night during Poinsettia After Dark. Thousands of twinkling lights will guide guests through the magically illuminated greenhouses, accompanied by joyful holiday tunes. This is a perfect way to relax and unwind during the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. This after hours on selected nights from 5 to 9 p.m. on November 28th, December 6th, December 12th, December 19th, 26th, December 29th, and 30th. Tickets are $19 for adults, $17 for seniors, 62 plus, and students 13 plus. $10 for kids ages 3 to 12, and kids 2 and under are free but must have a ticket. To make the most of the Poinsettia After Dark experience, visitors will be excited to take part in a brand new family-friendly mini glow golf event happening December 13th and 20th from 5 to 10 p.m. A 9-hole lit-up mini golf course will be set up inside the botanical gardens during Poinsettias After Dark. This putt-putt adventure will be unlike any other, surrounded by tropical glowing plants and poinsettias inside the warm conservatory. Mini Glow Golf makes for a fun date night, an outing with friends, or a memorable family activity. Tickets are $20 per participant, and food and beverage vendors will be on site. A holiday card linocut workshop is also scheduled for Saturday, December 13th from 1 to 4 p.m. Participants will be guided through the entire process of sketching, carving, and printing using the linocut method. All supplies are included. Participants will take home a linocut block of their own creation, as well as several prints of their design. And the Hurdle Holiday Business Association held their holiday weekend December 5th and 6th. Also, check out the garage at 1127 Hurdle Avenue for events throughout the holiday season. December 13th at 8 p.m., there's Sassafras Band. December 20th at 9 p.m., Garage Christmas Party with the People's DJ. The Elf on the Shelf scavenger hunt is ongoing until December 24th. Search around Hurdle Avenue and Parkside Avenue to find all of the elves hiding in the local businesses, and return your completed sheet to Boost Body and Nutrition at 1434 Hurdle Avenue. Pick up a map at any of the participating businesses. And next we have the police blotter. Felonies from D District. Grant Street shoplifter assaulted store staff and battered employees. But first, on November 30th, 2025, in North Buffalo, Amherst Street, officers responded to a call of a suspicious vehicle in the area of Amherst and Niagara Street. New York registered vehicle, a 2020 black Jeep Grand Cherokee, valued at approximately $30,000, was found with the front door and passenger doors ajar. The victim's father had been tracking the vehicle via an air tag, and officers at one point saw a male wearing all black operating the vehicle. Once the vehicle was located, officers were able to follow fresh shoe prints in the freshly fallen snow. The defendant, along with the co-defendant, were located inside the property, and while being spoken to by patrol officers, the defendant dropped onto the ground a Jeep key that was confirmed to belong to the vehicle. Video evidence of the defendant and co-defendant fleeing and arriving was collected by detectives. Victim's statement was taken by detective. 2 black face masks were recovered from the recovered. November 29, 2025, Hurdle Avenue. Officers were dispatched to a call of a burglary in progress. The 911 caller provided the name of the defendant, who is the victim's ex-boyfriend, as well as a detailed clothing description. The victim has an active order of protection. The order specifically prohibits from contacting the victim and orders a stay away from the property. Upon arriving on scene, officers located the described defendant in the driveway. Officers began an investigation and while clearing the upstairs apartment, noticed the access door at the top of the stairwell had damage consistent with forced entry. While clearing the apartment, patrol officers located a gray Keika backpack. Inside the backpack was a black-red crossbody bag which contained a black-silver handgun loaded with 8 rounds in the magazine. The gun, a JA-9 Jimin's Arms Incorporated 9mm bearing serial number, was collected by detectives. The magazine max capacity is 12 rounds with only 8 loaded. The scene and evidence was photographed. The victim completed a domestic incident report and provided a statement to detectives. The victim alleged that the defendant called her via FaceTime, broke the door to gain entry into her apartment, showed her a silver handgun, and threatened to kill her with said gun. Next, November 29, 2025, on the west side, Grant Street. Defendant did enter the store at 492 Grant Street and fill his coat with a bunch of merchandise. When confronted by staff, the defendant took his coat off and threw it outside the store before getting into a physical altercation with one of the employees before the suspect left the scene. The involved employee suffered bruising to his body. Some of the property was recovered, but at least a bottle of pop was still inside the jacket. Detectives did obtain video of the incident, and patrol officer ID'd the suspect from security video. Riverside, December 2nd, 2025, Isabel Street. Defendant was observed by officers climbing through a window at 116 Isabel Street, apartment 18. While inside, defendant did cause damage to the majority of the apartment, creating an unsafe condition to such premises. December 2nd, 2025, Lamont Place. The defendant did block the victim from getting into a lift ride by physically obstructing her path and did grab the front of her jacket, forcing her forward. The victim attempted to get away from the defendant by walking down Lamont toward Tonawanda Street. The defendant did follow the victim down the street, causing alarm and annoyance. While the victim was standing at the corner, the defendant did attempt to forcibly take, without permission, the victim's black backpack by grabbing a hold of it with his hand and attempting to pull it from the victim's multiple times. Domestic incident report completed. Miranda rights read. Victim's sister did witness altercation. The victim requests a stay-away order of protection, protecting her from the defendant. Officers interviewed 4 occupants in the household who explained that they are in fear of the defendant due to ongoing harassing and paranoid behavior while in the home. And the last police blotter report on November 30th, 2025, Riverside Avenue. Defendant did send text to her child's father after he dropped off the child, saying she didn't want to be her mother anymore and was going to kill her. While in the back of the patrol vehicle, defendant did try to kick out the windows. Defendant did spit in the eye of patrol officer. That's the end of the police blotter. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the Buffalo Rocket on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. And next up is the column Seniority. About tax filing status and Medicare, ask Rusty. Dear Rusty, I'm trying to figure out if I should change my IRS filing status to married filing jointly. Prior to getting reviewed for my Medicare Part B and Part D, my current IRS status is married filing single. And I noticed this filing status is more stringent. I will be turning 62 this year, 2025, and I've read that Medicare will review my income 2 years prior to turning 65. Any input would be appreciated. Signed, Uncertain Senior. Dear Uncertain, your IRS tax filing status has no bearing on your eligibility for Medicare Part B, coverage for outpatient health care services, or Medicare Part D, insurance coverage for prescription drugs. Medicare is an individual health care program, so enrolling in Medicare provides only coverage for you only, not your spouse. Your spouse's Medicare eligibility will be individually evaluated. What your IRS filing status may affect is the amount of your Medicare Part B and Part D premiums. There is a Medicare provision called IRMAA, Income-Related Monthly Adjusted Amount, which sets the income threshold on which your Medicare premiums are based. And those thresholds are different if you file your income tax as a single or as married filing jointly. The IRMAA thresholds can change annually, and there's no way to yet determine what they will be when you are able to enroll in Medicare at age 65. They are currently $106,000 if you file as a single and $212,000 if you file your taxes as married filing jointly. If your provisional income, your combined income from all sources, exceeds the threshold for your filing status, you will pay higher than standard Medicare Part B and D premiums. If your income is lower than the threshold, you will pay only whatever the standard Medicare Part B premium is for the year you start Medicare. And there will be no supplemental premium for your Part D coverage. For information, the IRMAA supplements are progressive. That is, the more you exceed the threshold by, the higher your IRMAA premium supplement will be. To see the current IRMAA thresholds and supplements, again, these will likely change when you are eligible for Medicare. You can go to www.cms.gov/newsroom/fact sheets/2025 Medicare Part B premiums and deductibles. You are correct that your Medicare premium, when you enroll, will be determined by your total income from 2 years prior. So, if you plan to enroll in Medicare at age 65, sometime in 2028, it is your 2026 income which will determine your Part B and Part D premiums, and that income will be defined by your 2026 income tax return. Note, too, that Medicare premiums are reevaluated each year based upon your IRS income tax return from 2 years prior. FYI, there are advantages to filing your income taxes married jointly versus married single. And those are best evaluated by your tax advisor. We are not tax advisors here at the AMAC Foundation. And while it's true that the IRMAA thresholds are higher when you file as married filing jointly, it's also true that your total income as a married couple will be used when determining your IRMAA premiums for Medicare. So, once again, it is probably best to consult with a qualified income tax advisor for guidance on whether it is best financially for you to change how you file your income tax in 2026, considering that you will be enrolling in Medicare in 2028. And next we have the column The Grapevine. First item, afternoon drive host WEBR-AM 1440 and FM 105.3 is one of Buffalo's most iconic radio stations. We are celebrating our 100th anniversary in 2024 and would like you to join our family. We are currently looking for an afternoon drive host to be on air from 2 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Bring your energy and ability to relate to our listeners. Experience preferred, but we'll consider someone who's willing to learn and take direction. College radio would be a big plus. Great support with local ownership. Have fun, be yourself, and grow at the same time. Please email or a recent air check to Tony Venturoli, Program Director, WEBR-AM 1440 FM 105.3. Email address is ajthdj104@hotmail.com. Phone number 716-481-8836. And the next notice in the Grapevine, Shays Performing Arts Center announced registration is now open for Sing Your Story, a camp for students ages 10 to 17 running during the February school break. Through a song of their choice, students in this camp will explore their unique life experiences to create a personal monologue and sing their story. Under the guidance of Shay's lead teaching artist, Alexandra Gomez, participants will develop their own ideas, lighting, and costumes, culminating in a one-of-a-kind performance where they are the star. Sing Your Story concludes with a community showcase on the Shays Smith Theater stage, celebrating each student's creativity and voice. The week-long camp will run February 16th through the 20th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Space is limited. The cost of the camp is $250 for the week, with assistance available for those in need. To register, visit www.shays.org/camps. And the next item in the Grapevine is Solitary Walks Along the North Sea at the Birchfield Penny Art Center, December 11th, 2025, 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, December 11th. Anne Cooley, SUNY Distinguished Professor Emerita, will present screening and talk on her recent work, Solitary Walks Along the East Angola Coast at the Birchfield Penny Art Center, Buffalo State University. This book is a significant departure from Professor Cooley's academic books. Professor Cooley's talk will include both audio and visual components, including magnificent windswept visuals of the Anguilla Coast in England. Professor Cooley has thoughtfully chronicled her weekend walks along the coast while she was living in Cambridge, England. At the time, she was working on her 2023 literary study, Coleridge and the Geometric Idiom. Walking with you, Clyde, as a respite from her work in Cambridge, Professor Cooley would board a train destined for one of England's seaside towns. These historic towns reflect memories of a former time when these coastal communities were popular destinations for the British. Today, they see far fewer visitors, leaving the coastal beach at times nearly empty. Thus, according to Professor Cooley, the deserted shores of the North Sea make for a near-perfect walk. Please join us for this beautiful audio-visual event at the Birchfield Penny Art Center, free and open to the public. For more information, please contact Susan McCartney, Buffalo State University, 716-878-4030. And the last item on the Grapevine column, M&T Bank presents Third Thursdays at the Buffalo Zoo. They will continue for one more Thursday in 2025, December 18th, and 3 Thursdays in 2026, January 15th, February 19th, and March 19th. To participate, guests will need to reserve their free tickets online before arriving at the zoo. Tickets can be reserved at mtb.com/Third Thursdays. There will be a limit of 10 tickets per group, with timed ticket entry still available between 10 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. While tickets are honored all day, visitors are asked to arrive at the time they signed up for. Special programming on November 20th will feature several zookeeper talks, including 11 a.m. Snow Leopard Keeper Talk at the Vanishing Animals North exhibit. Current members of the zoo are always admitted, even in the event of the Third Thursday sellout. Please note that rides, concessions, and parking are not included in the free admission, as the Buffalo Zoo marks its 150th anniversary this year. The M&T Bank presents Third Thursday at the Buffalo Zoo program added to the zoo's ongoing celebrations, which are taking place through December 2025. M&T is a longtime partner of the Buffalo Zoo and remains the lead sponsor of the M&T Bank Rainforest Falls exhibit. To learn more about the Buffalo Zoo and its latest special events, visit buffalozoo.org. You've been listening to a reading of articles and features from the December 4th issue of the Buffalo Rocket. Your reader has been Margaret Mack. Thank you for listening.
Good morning. Welcome to another broadcast day in the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service, a private not-for-profit organization. As always, please feel free to contact us with your comments, suggestions, and questions we have. And please stay with us. Our Rainbow Phone News is coming up in just a moment.